southern Lebanon. Seven people sustained injuries after a Grand Canyon tour helicopter crashed at a Las Vegas area airport. The pilot and 6 passengers were immediately rushed to hospital. 11 people were sentenced to life in prison in Ivory Coast after they were convicted of carrying out an Islamic extremist attack. The attack took place nearly 7 years ago, killing 19 people and injuring dozens more. Ethiopian Airlines have resumed scheduled flights to Tigray's capital, Mekelle, as the result of a peace agreement signed between the federal government and Tigray officials in November. The move comes a day after a federal government delegation visited Mekelle. Damage from high winds continued to be felt across the Portland metro area, with thousands still without power and multiple city infrastructures damaged. Multiple streets had entire traffic light systems out, causing hazardous conditions on the road. The Coconino County Sheriff's Office confirms the identities of 49-year-old Narayana Muddana and his wife Haritha Muddana and 47-year-old Gokul Medisetti, all Indian nationals said to have drowned in an icy Arizona lake. Serbian President Alexander Vučić has announced that Serbs from Kosovo will start to remove the barricades and roadblocks in the northern part of Kosovo. And shifting focus now to news from down south in Kerala, the crackdown on banned radical outfit, the PFI, continues. NIA raids are underway across 56 locations on residences and offices of PFI leaders. The raids began at around 2 this morning on the part of NIA officials from the national capital. The raids and inspection are a continuation of the ban on the PFI. And these are the visuals of the raids which began at 2 this morning. Ashwin, NIA raids at 2, we believe, beginning this morning itself, a continuation of the process of the ban on the PFI. What is the latest you can tell us as far as details of the crackdown are concerned, and also any more information that you may have?
Well, Rukma, the flash raid that took place around 2 a.m. at least 56 locations in Kerala has been one of the another operation of the NIA which has been done with utmost secrecy and discreetness. Now, what we get to understand is that 9 locations in Kannur, 7 locations in Kozhikode, 6 locations in Wayanad, 3 locations in Pathanamthitta, 4 locations in Alappuzha, 3 locations in Thiruvananthapuram, 2 locations in Kollam have all been raided. These have been confirmed information, and similarly 56 locations across Kerala have been raided by the NIA along with the support of the Kerala police. Interesting to note is that none of the police stations where the raid took place within that circle, it was not the local police circle that was informed. Police circles which was far away was informed. Now, what we get to understand, Rukma, is that the second-tier leaders of the Popular Front of India, their homes were raided in this flash raid that took place. And what NIA has primarily done, especially in Kannur, what we get to gather from our local sources is that some of the mobile phones and laptops have also been seized from them. In Alappuzha, for instance, the SIM card has been taken for forensic analysis is what we get to understand. Along with that, some of the key documents have also been taken from these leaders is what local sources have confirmed to Republic. Now, the raid is in continuation with the ban that took place of the Popular Front of India, and along with that, about 14 leaders from Kerala were taken into custody by NIA. Now, NIA Delhi officials had swooped in to Kerala, multiple raids taken place at different locations. And what we get to also gather is that they have collected some voluminous data on the connections which the Popular Front of India has with some of the accused in ISIS terror cases in Kerala as well. So this particular raid definitely holds great importance, although we are getting an information that there will not be any kind of arrest as of now. The raid is primarily to gather more evidence to add to the investigation to the case as well. Rukma.
Well, many thanks, Ashwin, for joining us there. So 56 locations being raided. Even as we speak, the raids began. They are being carried out by NIA officials. They began at 2 a.m. this morning. And it's a continuation of the investigations into various details of banned radical outfit, the Popular Front of India. Many thanks, Ashwin, once again. Time now for a short break. On the other side, at least 8 reported dead, several others critical as TDP roadshow turns into a tragedy in Nellore. Also coming up in other news, big focus on the 3,000 crore rupees loan fraud case as the coachers and Dhoot are to be produced in court once again in relation to the Videocon ICICI loan fraud case.
Presented by Tested Like Samsonite. Powered by Century Ply, Aag se bachaye. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India Limited, smarter steels, brighter futures. HDFC Life, Saru Thake Jio. In association with Axis Bank.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
सोच रहा हूँ कमेंट्री ट्राई करूँ। मैच का आखिरी बॉल, तेज तूफानी डिलीवरी, एक धमाकेदार शॉट और ये गया छक्का।
छक्का नहीं, टूटा। आपके टाइल्स को चाहिए MY के लेटिक्रीट टाइल एडेसिव। फॉर्मूला ऐसा कि अब टाइल न टूटेगा न छूटेगा।
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो। एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए?
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, NPS में।
NPS में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
NPS कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना NPS अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। NPS में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
It is important to keep your HbA1c in the target range of 6.5 to 7% to avoid complications.
With Beto's Diabetes Care Program, get online doctor consultation, all your prescribed medicines and a dietitian consultation. Get a free glucometer and expert advice with Beto's Diabetes Care Program. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
You're watching live and breaking news coming in. Lead in the Tunisia death mystery. Police are to record the statements of Tunisia's uncle now. Police are to record the statement of Tunisia's mother as well, either today or tomorrow. So police proceeding at a fast pace as far as investigations into the mysterious death of a 20-year-old actor in Basa in Mumbai, Tunisha Sharma, is concerned. They are now proceeding to recording statements of Tunisha's uncles as well as her mother. Her uncle's statements that we have been hearing for some time now. Republic has accessed exclusive footage as well as exclusive interviews. Tunisha's uncle a short while back, in fact, telling Republic about how he believes that the guilty should not be spared at any cost. From the very beginning, Monica joining us now. Monica, from the very beginning, Tunisha's family members, her mother, as well as her uncle, not her uncle so much, her uncle has only said that, the guilty should be punished. Her mother has made it clear that she believes that Shahzan Khan is responsible for having hurt and, traumatized her daughter. But now, even as we speak, we are hearing that, very likely Tunisha's uncle's statement to be recorded anytime now. Give us the latest update. You're there at outside the police station, we believe.
जी रुकमा, आज देखिए पवन शर्मा जो कि तुनिशा के मामा है, जो लगातार मीडिया को तमाम तरह की स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहे हैं, तमाम तरह के क्लैरिफिकेशंस दे रहे हैं। मामा की स्टेटमेंट आज रिकॉर्ड की जाएगी। इसके साथ ही उनकी मासी हैं विपिन गरेवाल, उनकी स्टेटमेंट भी आज रिकॉर्ड की जाएगी। तुनिशा की मां की स्टेटमेंट भी आज रिकॉर्ड की जा सकती है। हालांकि उनकी सेहत जो है वो लगातार खराब चल रही है। बेटी की मौत के बाद से एक माँ की पीड़ा को कोई नहीं समझ सकता है, उसके पेन को कोई नहीं समझ सकता है जब उसकी एक 20 साल की बच्ची चली जाती है, और वो भी इस तरह से जो पूरा मामला यहाँ पर सामने आया है। तो ऐसे में उनकी मां की स्टेटमेंट भी आज रिकॉर्ड की जा सकती है। हालांकि उनकी सेहत ठीक नहीं है, हेल्थ इश्यूज उनके साथ इस वक्त है, तो ये भी हो सकता है कि वो वाले पुलिस स्टेशन आए अपनी स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड कराने के लिए, और ये भी पॉसिबिलिटीज है कि पुलिस उनके घर पर जाए उनका स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए। मे बी आज, मे बी कल, पॉसिबिलिटीज आज की ज्यादा है, लेकिन अगर उनके साथ हेल्थ इशू बहुत ज्यादा रहता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है हेल्थ रिलेटेड, तो ये पॉसिबिलिटीज चेंज हो सकती हैं, यानी कि कल के लिए इसको टाला जा सकता है और फिर कल उनकी मां की स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड की जाएगी। देखिए, इसमें पवन शर्मा की स्टेटमेंट इसलिए ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हो जाती है क्योंकि बीते दिन हमने खुद पवन शर्मा से बातचीत की, मैंने खुद पवन शर्मा से बातचीत की, और उनसे मैंने कई तरह के सवाल किए थे, जिसमें मैंने उनसे ये भी पूछा कि क्या परिवार से कटना शुरू हो गई थी, दूर होना शुरू हो गई थी तुनिशा, क्योंकि शहजान के साथ बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज हो गई थी। तो इस पर उनका जवाब था हाँ, तुनिशा धीरे धीरे परिवार से कटना शुरू हो गई थी, परिवार से उसकी दूरी बननी शुरू हो गई थी। वो उनकी फैमिली में बहुत ज्यादा, यानी कि शहजान की फैमिली में बहुत ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व हो गई थी कि हमसे धीरे धीरे दूरी बनाती जा रही थी। तो ऐसे में जिस तरीके से पवन शर्मा ने ये स्टेटमेंट दिया, खुद रिपब्लिक भारत से बातचीत करते हुए, खुद मैंने उनसे बातचीत की, तो उसके बाद कई तरह के और सवाल हैं जिनका जवाब जरूरी है। इसमें पवन शर्मा से आज पुलिस कई तरह के सवाल करेगी। उनको ये भी लग रहा है, उनको इस बात से भी प्रॉब्लम है कि तुनिशा ने हिजाब पहनना शुरू कर दिया था, क्योंकि अगर आप देखें सोशल मीडिया पर कई तरह के पिक्चर्स ऐसे हैं, कई तरह के फोटोज ऐसे हैं जिसमें तुनिशा हिजाब पहने नजर आ रही हैं, और शहजान की फैमिली के साथ बहुत ओवर इन्वॉल्व है, और इस वजह से वो अपनी फैमिली से दूरी बनाना उन्होंने शुरू कर दिया था। इनको लेकर सवाल किए जाएंगे। मां से तुनिशा के एंजाइटी की प्रॉब्लम को लेकर भी कई तरह के सवाल किए जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि तुनिशा का जो एंजाइटी प्रॉब्लम है ये बार बार एक इशू बन रहा है, बार बार इसको लेकर कई तरह के जो सवाल है वो खड़े किए जा रहे हैं। शहजान खुद कह रहा है कि उसको एंजाइटी प्रॉब्लम बहुत ज्यादा थी, वो डिप्रेशन का भी शिकार थी, और पहले भी आत्महत्या की कोशिश कर चुकी है, सुसाइडल टेंडेंसी उसके अंदर थी, पहले भी सुसाइड की कोशिश कर चुकी है। यहाँ तक कि जिस दिन 24 तारीख को तुनिशा मौत को गले लगाती है, उससे बीते 24 घंटे तक तुनिशा ने कुछ नहीं खाया था, ये शहजान का कहना है। और ऐसे में 3 बजे शहजान उसके साथ बैठते हैं और दोनों साथ में लंच करते हैं। देखिए, मौत से 15 दिन पहले दोनों का ब्रेकअप हो जाता है, लेकिन बावजूद इसके जब सेट के लोगों से हमने बातचीत की तो तुनिशा के चेहरे पे एक उदासी जरूर देखी जाती थी, लेकिन दोनों के बीच में तब भी सब कुछ नॉर्मल था, क्योंकि आफ्टर ऑल आप को स्टार्स हैं, आप एक साथ काम कर रहे हैं, आप अपने ब्रेकअप की वजह से या अपने पैचअप की वजह से या अपने रिलेशनशिप की वजह से किसी भी तरह से अपने काम को हार्म नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो ऐसे में ये प्रोफेशनल नेचर दोनों के अंदर बहुत बखूबी था, और दोनों साथ में बखूबी अच्छी तरीके से सेट पर काम कर रहे थे। लेकिन फिर भी 3 बजे जब दोनों साथ में बैठकर लंच करते हैं, तो 3 बजे दोनों के बीच में क्या होता है, किस तरह की बातचीत होती है, क्या किसी तरह का कोई मेंटल प्रेशर तुनिशा के साथ रहता है, तुनिशा पर रहता है कि वो लंच के बाद 15 मिनट बाद मौत को गले लगा लेती है, क्या शहजान उनसे कुछ कहते हैं, इस बारे में अभी कुछ पता नहीं चल पाया है। देखिए, 4 दिन की कस्टडी पुलिस के पास पहले ही थी शहजान की, अब 2 दिन की और कस्टडी बढ़ा दी गई है। ऐसे में ये 2 दिन पुलिस के लिए बहुत चुनौती चुनौती वाले होने वाले हैं, क्योंकि पुलिस के पास कई तरह के सवाल है जिनका जवाब बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। जो व्हाट्सएप चैट है, सीक्रेट गर्लफ्रेंड है, उन सब के बारे में पुलिस पता लगा चुकी है। हालांकि व्हाट्सएप चैट जो सीक्रेट गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ थी वो अभी रिट्रीव नहीं की गई है। इसके साथ ही तुनिशा के फोन को भी अनलॉक नहीं किया गया है। तो ये तमाम चीजें हैं जो पुलिस की प्राथमिकताओं में शुमार रहेगा और पुलिस को की कोशिश रहेगी कि इन 2 दिनों के अंदर अंदर इन तमाम चीजों को पूरा कर लिया जाए, यानी कि तुनिशा के फोन को अनलॉक कर लिया जाए। इसके साथ ही जो सीक्रेट गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ चैट थी शुजान की, उस सीक्रेट गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ चैट को रिट्रीव किया जा सके। चैट रिट्रीव होगी, उसके बाद सीक्रेट गर्लफ्रेंड का भी बयान दर्ज करना होगा, क्योंकि सीक्रेट गर्लफ्रेंड की पहचान तो हो गई है, उस मिस्टीरियस गर्ल की पहचान तो हो गई है, लेकिन इसके साथ ही मिस्टीरियस गर्ल की पहचान के साथ ही उसका बयान दर्ज करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी होगा। तो ये तमाम चीजें हैं जो पुलिस की प्राथमिकताओं में शुमार रहेगी। इसके साथ उनकी मां क्या कुछ कहती है, क्योंकि शुजान ने यह भी स्टेटमेंट दिया, पहले वो जहां रिलीजन और एज का हवाला दे रहा था ब्रेकअप के पीछे, उसके बाद उसने करियर का हवाला दिया, उसके बाद उसने ये भी स्टेटमेंट दिया कि दोनों जो परिवार है वो इस रिश्ते से खुश नहीं थे। ऐसे में ये तमाम चीजें, ये तमाम सवाल तुनिशा की मां से भी किए जा सकते हैं, पवन शर्मा से भी कई तरह के सवाल किए जाएंगे, उनकी मासी से भी कई तरह के सवाल किए जाएंगे। पुलिस की पूरी कोशिश रहेगी कि इसके केस के तह तक जा सके और मौत की जो असल वजह है उसके बारे में पता लगाया जा सके। शुजान की फैमिली के बारे में भी आपको यहाँ पर बता दें, कल जब कोर्ट में शुजान की पेशी हुई थी, देखिए शुजान की फैमिली नहीं आई थी। शुजान की फैमिली लगातार मीडिया से दूरी बना रही है। जब हम लोगों ने उनसे कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की, बार बार कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की और मीडिया कर्मचारियों ने भी उनसे कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की, तो उनकी तरफ से एक स्टेटमेंट जारी हो जाता है कि हमारी प्राइवेसी को डिस्टर्ब ना करें, हमारी अपनी एक प्राइवेसी है, हमें लॉ पर पूरी तरह से ट्रस्ट है, हमें भरोसा है, तो ऐसे में हमें टाइम दें, हमें स्पेस दें, जब भी सही वक्त आएगा हम खुद मीडिया में सामने आएंगे और अपना जो बयान है, अपना जो पक्ष है वो रखेंगे। रुकमा।
Right, Monica, many thanks for joining us there and for giving us that entire picture. The latest details in the case, Monica bringing them to us directly from Mumbai. All eyes now on the recording of the statements of important members who were close to Tunisha before she passed away, her uncle as well as her aunt, and later on her mother as well. Meanwhile, Republic spoke exclusively with Tunisha's uncle, Pawan Sharma. Let's listen in to that conversation.
The Tunisha death investigation is what the entire nation is talking about at this moment. The accused Shizan Khan is in police custody and the police is now investigating his WhatsApp chats. Was he in touch with another woman? What was the conversation that took place between Shizan and Tunisha just before Tunisha allegedly committed suicide? These are some of the answers that the police is now trying to find. We are joined by Pawan Sharma, Tunisha's uncle, in this broadcast. Pawan Sharma ji, अगर आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं, आप कोर्ट में थे, तो कोर्ट में जो प्रोसीडिंग्स हुए आज, क्या आप हमारे दर्शकों को बता पाएंगे कि ये जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है वो किस रुख में चल रहा है, पुलिस का अभी फोकस क्या है?
देखिए, आज तुनिशा ने अपनी मदर को बताया था कि शीजान के और भी लड़कियों से संबंध हैं, जिस वजह से उनके बीच में काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम्स भी चल रही थी। तो वही सेम चीज़ आज पुलिस ने अपनी जो रिमांड कॉपी होती है उसमें दी है कि शीजान ने दूसरी 1 या 2 लड़कियों के जो सारी चैट हिस्ट्री है वो डिलीट कर दी है, तो उसको रिकवर करने के लिए उनको और टाइम चाहिए।
पवन शर्मा जी, ये बात भी हो रही है कि 3 बजे तुनिशा ने शीजान के साथ लंच किया या फिर उनकी बातचीत हुई थी और 3:15 बजे के करीब पुलिस का कहना है कि तुनिशा ने सुसाइड किया। तो क्या आपको या फिर क्या पुलिस को कोई अंदाज़ा आया है, जो इंटरोगेशन अब तक हुआ है, कि वो कॉन्वर्जेशन क्या था? क्या उस कॉन्वर्जेशन के बारे में इंटरोगेशन हुई है शीजान के साथ?
देखिए, पहली चीज़ तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि जब हमारे पास कॉल आया कि तुनिशा की तबीयत ख़राब है और आप हॉस्पिटल आ जाइए, तो तुनिशा की मम्मी वहाँ पहुँची, उनके 10 मिनट के अंदर मैं भी वहाँ पहुँचा, तो तब तक उसकी डेथ हो चुकी थी और वो हॉस्पिटल के बेड पर थी। तो हमें नहीं पता कि उससे पहले उसके साथ क्या हुआ। दूसरी बात, वहाँ क्या जो मैंने सुना तो उनका कहना था कि सबसे पहले उसको मेकअप रूम में लटकते हुए भी शीजान ने देखा और हॉस्पिटल भी उसको शीजान ही लेकर आया। तो सुसाइड इसको कहना बहुत जल्दबाजी होगी एकदम से, जो कि पुलिस ने भी एकदम उसी समय कुछ कहा कि ये सुसाइड केस है। तो बट आई थिंक कि जिस तरह से अब उसने चैट डिलीट करने की बात आई है और वो उसने तुनिशा की भी चैट डिलीट की होंगी, तो अगर इस तरह से वो अपने बयान भी बार बार बदल रहा है तो मुझे लगता है कि इसमें मर्डर के एंगल से भी जांच होनी चाहिए।
तो जैसे आप बता रहे थे कि पहला कॉल उनकी माँ को गया था और फिर आपको आया था, ये कितने बजे के करीब हुआ था? ये कॉल आए थे फैमिली मेंबर्स को?
करीब 4:30 बजे के आसपास।
ओके।
जो है तो तुनिशा की मम्मी के पास कॉल आया।
ओके।
फिर उसी समय उनका कॉल मेरे पास आया कि कुछ तुनिशा की तबीयत खराब हो गई है, तो कुछ ऐसा हुआ है, तो हमें हॉस्पिटल अभी के अभी बुलाया है। और एक बात और पता चली कि तुनिशा को अपने शूटिंग से हॉस्पिटल ले जाने में उनको 1 घंटा लगा।
वो हॉस्पिटल कितना दूर है सेट से?
अब मुझे ज्यादा दूर नहीं है, मुझे आई थिंक कुछ 3-4 किलोमीटर रहा होगा। तो इतना दूर किसी पास वाले हॉस्पिटल में भी ले जाया जा सकता था, तो क्यों इतना टाइम? अगर जो भी हुआ है, इसलिए मैं चाहता हूँ कि हमारी पूरी फैमिली चाहती है, तुनिशा की मदर चाहती है, हम सब ये चाहते हैं कि इसकी जांच
पवन शर्मा जी, तो आप कह रहे हैं कि 4:30 बजे फैमिली मेंबर्स को बताया गया कि तुनिशा की तबीयत खराब है। क्या हुआ वो फोन पे पहले आपको बताया नहीं गया ठीक से? और ये फोन कॉल क्या सेट पर से किया गया था आपको?
ये सेट पर से प्रोडक्शन की तरफ से कॉल किया गया था।
तो 3:15 अगर हम ये मान लें कि पुलिस की स्टेटमेंट से जो अभी तक तथ्य सामने आए हैं, जो अभी तक मीडिया को बताया जा रहा है कि 3:15 के आसपास तुनिशा ने सुसाइड किया था, ऐसा बताया जा रहा है, तो 4:30 बजे मतलब 1 घंटे से भी ज़्यादा डिले है फैमिली मेंबर्स को बताने में। क्या ये सही है?
जी बिल्कुल।
जैसे ये क्वेश्चंस, जैसे सवाल उठाए जा रहे हैं ये पूरे केस पे, कुछ हमारे दर्शक ये भी जानना चाहेंगे कि शीजान को क्या आप और आपके परिवार वाले पहले से जानते थे? क्या आपको रिलेशनशिप के बारे में पता था? फैमिली मेंबर्स का क्या कहना था इस रिलेशनशिप के बारे में? क्योंकि शीजान ने अपने स्टेटमेंट में कहा है पुलिस को कि फैमिली मेंबर्स ये नहीं चाहते थे कि दोनों की शादी हो जाए, इसीलिए वो एक ब्रेकअप का कारण बताया गया है। तो क्या फैमिली मेंबर्स को पता था इसके बारे में?
शादी की बात तब आती है जब जीशान, अगर तुनिशा बोलती कि वो मेरे साथ लॉयल है, मुझे चीट नहीं कर रहा है। वो दोनों पिछले 2-3 महीने से एक दूसरे को जानते थे जब से तुनिशा इस शो में आई थी। उसके बाद अभी पिछले 15 दिन पहले जब उनका कुछ झगड़ा हुआ तो तुनिशा को तब भी एक पैनिक अटैक आया और हम उसको हॉस्पिटल लेके गए। तब भी उसका यही कहना था कि मेरे साथ चीटिंग हुई है, मेरे साथ धोखा हुआ है। तो शादी की तो कोई ऐसी बात उसने पर्सनली तुनिशा से को प्रॉमिसेस किए थे कि वो उससे शादी करेगा और ये सब। बट अगर सब कुछ ठीक रहता तो उसमें अभी काफी टाइम था, तो उसके लिए अभी मतलब तुनिशा सिर्फ 20 साल की थी, तो ऐसा नहीं था कि वो अपने करियर में अपने जिस हिसाब से उसका करियर चल रहा था वो बहुत अच्छा कर रही थी, जो कि बहुत लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं। और शी वॉज वेरी वेरी प्रोफेशनल। आप जहाँ उसने अब तक काम किया, सभी लोग उसकी हमेशा, सारे डायरेक्टर्स उसकी हमेशा तारीफ करते थे कि शी वॉज एक्सट्रीमली प्रोफेशनल। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि शादी की कोई जल्दी थी।
जी।
And some other top news stories now. At least 8 people killed, 5 others sustained injuries in a stampede during TDP Supremo Chandrababu Naidu's roadshow in Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh. Trouble mounted for former MD and CEO of ICICI Bank Chanda Kochar, her husband Deepak Kochar, and Videocon CEO Venugopal Dhoot as their CBI custody ended. All 3 were reproduced before the special CBI court. While police have called Tanisha's mother Vanitha Sharma, her uncle Pawan Sharma and her driver to record their statements. Today, Republic had accessed the remand copy on Tanisha's death case, and as per allegations, Tanisha committed suicide because of Shazan. Union Home Minister Amit Shah to sound the assembly poll bugle in Karnataka. Shah is scheduled to arrive in Bengaluru today. The BJP has begun a 2-day meeting to train Vistaraks from southern and western states who work full-time for the party's victory in the 2024 Lok Sabha poll. Sources claim that the meeting was attended by about 100 Vistaraks. NIA another 2 terror operatives pertaining to a bomb blast in a car laden with explosives in front of Kotaeshwaran Temple of Coimbatore district. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to visit Cyprus and Austria from December 29 to the 3rd of January. During his visit, the External Affairs Minister will address the business and investment community of Cyprus and hold meetings with leaders from both nations. Time for another very short break, but after that, news on the Nellore stampede in the TDP roadshow. At least 8 reported dead so far, several others critical as the roadshow by the TDP turns into a tragedy. Also, big focus on the 3,000 crore rupees ICICI Videocon loan fraud case as the Kochars and Venugopal Dhoot of Videocon are to be produced in court once again.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Life will test you. It will turn your world upside down. Again and again and again. The only way to hit back is to stand up. Stand up every time and say, I'm not done.
Here, gravity and physics don't call the shots, and sound travels slower than you. This is a different kind of place. That's why we're looking for different kind of people, for whom excellence is not a job, but a way of being, be it in the sky or on the ground. We are looking for an invincible team of invincible people. People who are a cut above.
Join the Indian Air Force to be a cut above.
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels.
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call 10 toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
निष्कर्ष तो कुछ निकला नहीं है।
Rajasthan minister exposes his own government. Exposing his own government in the paper leak case. Rajendra Singh Gudha has said that the government of Rajasthan has failed and that it is protecting the paper mafia. The BJP has now hit out in the midst of this major expose. The Rajasthan minister exposes his own government, makes a claim that the state government of Rajasthan is protecting the paper mafia. This is with reference to the paper leak case in the state. And the Rajasthan minister in question is Rajendra Singh Gudha of the Congress. He has said that the government has failed and the protection is being given in the state to the paper mafia.
निष्कर्ष तो कुछ निकला नहीं है अभी तक।
निष्कर्ष तो हम एग्जाम सही नहीं करा पा रहे, पेपर आउट हो रहे हैं। मतलब रंधावा साहब ने अंदर कहा है कि अनुशासन जो
एग्जाम सही नहीं, कौन नहीं करा पा रहा, पेपर आउट हो रहा है, इसका निष्कर्ष क्यों नहीं निकल रहा है? जो इतना मंथन चल रहा है इतने दिनों से, जो बवाल आपसी हो रहा है,
बेरोजगारों के साथ, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ गलत हो रहा है। हम नहीं करा पा रहे, हम फेल हो रहे हैं।
कल किरोड़ी जी ने कहा था कि कुछ मंत्री और आरपीएससी के कुछ
उसकी जांच होनी चाहिए, इसमें कुछ लोग शामिल नहीं हो सकता।
विधायकों के साथ जो 1-to-1 संवाद हो रहा है उसमें कोई अपनी बात रखेंगे क्या कि आखिरकार
किसका है? सरकार का फेलियर है। जिम्मेदारी किसकी? सरकार की जिम्मेदारी तो आप लोगों की। हम
पायलट साहब को कमान सौंपी जा रही है क्या? गुड़ा साहब, पायलट साहब को कमान सौंपी जा रही है क्या?
लेकिन हम एग्जाम नहीं करा रहे, पेपर आउट हो रहे हैं, कार्रवाई नहीं कर पा रहे, ये बच्चों के अंदर, और ये सारे काम जो हमारी सारी स्कीमों को अकेला एक ये पेपर आउट है पर खा जाएगा।
सचिन पायलट साहब को कमान सौंपी जा रही है।
देखो क्या होता है।
अच्छा, कितने लोग शामिल है इसमें? सरकार के कुछ लोगों को शामिल होने की बू आ रही है, कई लोग कह रहे हैं, निशाना साध रहे हैं।
सरकार और हमारी मिली भगत के, हमारे बिना प्रोटेक्शन के हम फाइल थोड़ी हो सकते हैं। कहीं नहीं कहीं तो लीकेज है।
सीबीआई जांच होनी चाहिए। कर्नल इन्होंने
पता नहीं है, जांच का पता, लेकिन हम फेल हो गए।
सीएम साहब कह रहे हैं किसी जांच से सीएम नहीं बन जाता।
वो अलग बात है, लेकिन ये हम एक स्वच्छ पेपर नहीं करा सकते बच्चों के।
So there you have it, Rajasthan minister exposing his own government, saying that the paper leak in the state, which had created a huge scandal, could not have happened without the support of the state government. Let's listen in. The BJP has hit out at this latest revelation. Let's listen in to Shehzad Poonawalla speak on the issue.
Once again, a paper leaked in Rajasthan. The RPSC second grade teachers recruitment paper, for which 13 lakh aspirants were going to appear. Today, when the aspirants reach the center, they realize that the paper has been leaked. This is the 12th such occasion where paper has been leaked, because in Rajasthan, the government and Congress party is actively giving patronage to the paper leak mafia because they have hand-in-glove interest with them. The REIT paper leak, the accused was seen with many top Congress leaders. Time and again, such paper leaks are taking place in Rajasthan. It has become very common, and the youth of Rajasthan, their future is being put into jeopardy. Rahul Gandhi makes big claims and statements for the youth, but the highest unemployment prevails in Rajasthan for over a year. It has been above 20%. Today, when the Rajasthan youth prepares for the exam and goes for the examination, the paper gets leaked, and then they say that they are for the youth. Rahul Gandhi should tell us that is this the model in Rajasthan? There is Apradi Bachao, there is Dangai Bachao, there is Balatkari Bachao, and paper leak ka mafia bachao, and therefore the paper leak mafia feels emboldened. They have patronage and they keep leaking the papers, and the youth of the Rajasthan are put in jeopardy. They spend their money, they spend their efforts, they spend their time, their parents spend their time to prepare for the exam, and then the exam paper gets leaked. Now Rahul Gandhi should tell us that will he take action on the Rajasthan administration.
And my colleague Amardeep now joining us on the story. Amardeep, if you can hear me, a massive expose by Rajendra Singh Gudha of the Indian National Congress.
देखिए, सबसे बड़ी चीज ये है कि अशोक गहलोत को घेरने में उनके मंत्री जो हैं राजेंद्र गुड़ा, वो सामने आए हैं। उन्होंने साफ कहा है कि पेपर लीक मामले में हम फेल रहे हैं, हम बच्चों का भविष्य जो है वो सुधार नहीं सकते। लोग आक्रोशित है, युवाओं में आक्रोश है सरकार के खिलाफ। और ये बात उन्होंने तब कही जब सुखविंदर सिंह रंधावा जो है प्रभारी नए बन करके आए हैं और वो फीडबैक ले रहे हैं कि सरकार वापस से कैसे रिपीट होगी। राजेंद्र गुड़ा का कहना है कि हुआ लगातार पेपर लीक हुआ है और जब सरकार एक पेपर करा सकती तो फिर हम फेल हो गए। उन्होंने सरकार को फेल बताया और सरकार का फेलियर बताया है। सबसे बड़ी चीज ये है कि गहलोत सरकार 4 साल अपने पूरे कर रही है और उस वक्त के ही मंत्री राजेंद्र गुड़ा इस बात को कह देते हैं कि सरकार फेल हो गई है, परीक्षा ठीक से नहीं करा पाती, बाकी काम तो कैसे करा पाएगी। तो इस सब चीज को देख करके ये सवालिया निशान अब वापस से अशोक गहलोत सरकार पर लग चुका है कि आखिर इतनी बड़ी पेपर लीक भर्ती परीक्षा में लगातार पेपर लीक होते रहे। इससे पहले रीट का पेपर लीक हुआ, इससे पहले कई और एग्जामिनेशन थी जिनके पेपर जो थे वो लीक पाए गए, उनको रद्द किया गया। एग्जामिनेशन पूरी जो थी वो रद्द की गई। तो ये सवालिया निशान अशोक गहलोत सरकार पर है, कांग्रेस सरकार पर है। और सबसे बड़ी चीज ये थी कि राहुल गांधी की यात्रा, अभी भारत जोड़ो यात्रा इसी रूट से निकली है, राजस्थान में 15 से 20 दिन रह करके गई है। ऐसे में तारीफ करते नहीं थक रहे थे राहुल गांधी, लेकिन उनको एक्सपोज करने का काम राजेंद्र गुड़ा ने कर दिया।
Well, many thanks, Amardeep, for joining us there and for filling us in with those details. And Amardeep, our correspondent in Rajasthan, even as a Rajasthan minister, Rajinder Singh Gudha exposes his own government, says that it protects the paper mafia. And coming up in a short while, mega NI swoop down on banned radical outfit, the PFI. Early morning raids across 56 locations in Kerala. Also coming up, Tanisha's uncle makes explosive claims in an exclusive interview to Republic, says more revelations in the case soon.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए।
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
यार अजय, look at your dad. Will we be the same at his age?
Absolutely yes, if we plan our future like him.
How?
My father had invested in LIC's Jeevan Akshay, which gives immediate and guaranteed annuity at regular intervals, that too for life.
Wow. But do we have to wait until his age?
Absolutely not. We recently invested in LIC's new Jeevan Shanti, which gives deferred annuity, which means regular income after some years.
I see.
LIC's annuity plans give 10 annuity options and flexibility in receiving regular income. LIC, हर पल आपके साथ।
छक्का नहीं, टूटा। आपके टाइल्स को चाहिए MY के लेटिक्री टाइल एडेसिव। फॉर्मूला ऐसा कि अब टाइल न टूटेगा न छूटेगा।
In other international news, Lebanese caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati receives Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, and a small delegation meet is held. The visit comes 2 weeks after unknown assailants shot and killed an Irish peacekeeper with UNIFIL, the UN's peacekeeping forces in southern Lebanon. Seven people sustained injuries after a Grand Canyon tour helicopter crashed at a Las Vegas area airport. The pilot and 6 passengers were immediately rushed to hospital. "11 people sentenced to life in prison in Ivory Coast after being convicted of carrying out an Islamic extremist attack, which took place nearly 7 years ago, killing 19 people and injuring dozens more. Ethiopian Airlines resumed scheduled flights to Tigray's capital Mekelle as a result of a peace agreement between the federal government and Tigray officials in November. The move comes a day after a federal government delegation visited Mekelle. Damage from high winds continued to be felt across the Portland metro area, with thousands still without power and multiple city infrastructure damaged. Multiple streets had entire traffic light systems out, causing hazardous conditions on the road. The Coconino County Sheriff's Office has confirmed the identities of 49-year-old Narayana Muddana and his wife Haritha Muddana and 47-year-old Gokul Medisetti, all Indian nationals, to have drowned in icy Arizona lake. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić has announced that Serbs from Kosovo will start to remove the barricades and roadblocks in the northern part of Kosovo soon. Time for another very short break. On the other side, at least 8 reported dead, several others critical as TDP roadshow turns into a tragedy in Nellore in Andhra Pradesh. Big focus on 3,000 crore rupees loan fraud case as Kochars and Venugopal Dhoot of Videocon are to be produced in court once again.
Presented by Tested Like Samsonite. Powered by Century Ply, Aag Se Bachaye. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India Limited, smarter steels, brighter futures. HDFC Life, Sarutake Jio. In association with Axis Bank.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, आग से बचाए।
Tonight, a murder will be committed. If anyone can name the killer, that person wins our game.
This is truly delightful.
Holy
There has been a murder. For one person, this is not a game. The killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again.
You must be really great at clues.
I'm very bad at dumb things.
Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
ये सामने फ्यूल पंप है, वहाँ से ले लें।
जी सर, फ्यूल तो पिछले पंप में भी मिल जाता। इंडियन ऑयल में ऐसा क्या है?
कुछ है स्पेशल, खुद ही देख लेना।
स्पेशल?
अरे इंडियन ऑयल की तो बात ही कुछ और है।
जरा देखिए, फ्यूल तो बराबर डाल रहे हैं ना?
अरे यहाँ कंप्लीट ऑटोमेशन है, मतलब प्योर और पूरा दोनों ही। इन सेंट्रली मॉनिटर्ड मशीन्स की एक-एक रीडिंग का हिसाब है यहाँ पर।
वाह सर।
क्या है ना? इंडियन ऑयल की बात ही कुछ और है। इंडियन ऑयल, पहले इंडियन, फिर ऑयल।
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
Why did life test me? Why did it try to crush me, shake me, break me? Why me? Because it knew if I could take this test, I could take anything and say, that was easy.
At least 8 reported dead, several others critical as TDP roadshow turns into a tragedy in Nellore. Prime Minister Modi expresses his condolences, announces ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees for bereaved families. Mega NIA swooped down on banned radical outfit, the PFI. Early morning raids across 56 locations in Kerala. Big focus on 3,000 crore rupees loan fraud case as Kochars and Dhoot are to be produced in court once again. Sensational details emerge in Tunisia case. Family claims Shehzan deleted chats after breakup. Tunisia's uncle makes explosive claims in an exclusive interview with Republic. Says more revelations in the case soon. Welcome to this edition of Live and Breaking. I'm Rukma with you, and we start off with breaking news as the crackdown on banned radical outfit, the PFI, continues. NIA raids are underway across 56 locations on residences and offices of PFI leaders. The raids began at around 2 a.m. this morning. They are being carried out by NIA officials from the national capital. The raids and inspection are a continuation of the ban on the Popular Front of India. And joining me is my colleague Ashwin from one of the venues where the raids are underway. Ashwin, it's over to you to tell us what's happening right now.
Well, Rukma, just a while ago, the raid which has taken place in a place called Thonekil, which is about 20 kilometers away from the capital city of Thiruvananthapuram, this particular home of the former president, the former zonal president of PFI. His home was raided. Nawaz, his home was raided. Now, this is the very home where the raid had just been concluded just a few minutes ago. Now, what we get to gather is that about 56 locations in Kerala like these, the two-tier, PFI workers, their homes are being raided. So Nawaz and his wife, what Nawaz had just told us a while ago, that the NIA officials came at around 4 a.m. over here, and they raided. About 4-5 officials were there, and they in fact took the SIM cards of Nawaz and his wife. So let me just get to him to understand what he thinks about the raid. So Nawaz, ഈ റെയ്ഡ് എത്ര മണിക്കാണ് നടന്നത്?
ഏതാണ്ട് വെളുപ്പിന് 4 മണിയോട് കൂടിയിട്ടാണ് NIA ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥർ
എന്താ കൊണ്ടുപോയത്?
കൊണ്ടുപോയത് എൻ്റെ പേഴ്സണൽ മൊബൈൽ ഫോണ് വൈഫിൻ്റെ ഫോണുമാണ് അവർ കൊണ്ടുപോയത്.
So what he's saying, at around 4 a.m. NIA officials came over here. They have taken his phone and his wife's phone. So ഈ റെയ്ഡിൽ എത്ര ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു?
എൻ്റെ 3 ഇന്ത്യ ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരും ഒപ്പം തന്നെ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ലോക്കൽ പോലീസും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
So there were 3 NIA officials who had come over here at around 4 a.m. and they've taken did they question you? എന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ did they question?
ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടാവില്ല, ഓൺലി റെയ്ഡ്.
Okay. So they just conducted a raid. They didn't give you any other. വേറൊന്നും ചോദിച്ചൊന്നുമില്ല.
വേറെ ഒന്നുമില്ല. അവരുടെ റെയ്ഡ് സെർച്ച് വാറണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അവർക്ക് കൊടുത്തിരുന്ന ഓർഡർ സെർച്ച് വാറണ്ട് കാണിച്ചു, റെയ്ഡ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള അവസരം കൊടുത്തു, അവർ റെയ്ഡ് നടത്തി പോയി, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. വേറെ ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യലൊന്നും.
So a search warrant was given and they came over here. They raided the place and that is what Nawaz is saying. Nawaz is the former PFI zonal president of Thiruvananthapuram. So let me also try to talk to him. What does he also think about it? Nawaz, so ഈ റെയ്ഡ് നടന്നു കേരളത്തിലെ പല സ്ഥലത്തായിട്ട് നടക്കണു. ഇപ്പോൾ PFI എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ പോപ്പുലർ ഫ്രണ്ട് ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യനെ ബാൻ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഇതിൻ്റെ നടപടിയുടെ ഇതായിട്ട് നടക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഇതിന് റെയ്ഡിനോട് പൂർണ്ണമായിട്ട് സഹകരിക്കില്ലേ?
തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും മുമ്പ് സഹകരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, ബാൻ ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പും സഹകരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ബാനിങ്ങിന് ശേഷമാണ് അന്വേഷണത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് വീണ്ടും അവർ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മളെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ജനാധിപത്യ രാജ്യമാണ്, പൂർണ്ണമായും നമ്മൾ ജനാധിപത്യത്തിൽ.
ഈ റെയ്ഡിനെ കുറിച്ച് എന്തെങ്കിലും പറയാനുണ്ടോ?
എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഒരു ജനറലായിട്ട് പറയാനുള്ളതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പോപ്പുലർ ഫ്രണ്ട് ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയെ വേട്ടയാടാനുള്ള നിരന്തരമായ ശ്രമങ്ങൾ ഈ സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ പ്രവർത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ഒരു പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തെ നിരോധിക്കുകയും അതിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തകരെയും നേതാക്കളെയും
ഇൻവെസ്റ്റിഗേഷൻ NIAയുടെ കുറേ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റിഗേഷൻ നടന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിൽ കുറേ വളരെ ഷോക്കിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള റെവലേഷൻസ് ആണ് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. കുറേ കണക്ഷൻസ് ISISൻ്റെ ഇത് കണക്ഷൻസ്, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ കുറേ കണക്ഷൻസ് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. കുറേ മേർഡേഴ്സ് കുറേ ഇതൊക്കെ സംഭവിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ പശ്ചാത്തലത്തിൽ ഈ റെയ്ഡിനോട് സപ്പോർട്ടീവ് അല്ലേ?
ഇതെല്ലാം NIAയുടെ വാദങ്ങളാണ്. അപ്പോൾ കേസ് രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യുക, നേതാക്കളെ അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുക, ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള ആരോപണങ്ങൾ ഉന്നയിക്കുക. പക്ഷേ അത് കോടതിയിൽ വന്നിട്ട് അത് തെളിയിക്കാണ് വേണ്ടത്. അത് തെളിയിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം.
So what Nawaz is essentially saying is that these are just mere allegations and he is also stating very prudently that this is just a way to hunt down the Popular Front of India and their activists and nothing else, and that is what he is claiming. So Nawaz is here, and similarly 56 locations. What we get to gather is that 9 locations in Kannur has been raided, 7 locations in Kozhikode has been raided, 6 locations in Wayanad has been raided, about 12 locations in rural Ernakulam, that is Kochi, has been raided, 6 locations in Pathanamthitta has been raided, 4 locations in Alappuzha has been raided, 3 locations in Kollam district has been raided, and 3 locations in Thiruvananthapuram. All these have confirmed raids have taken place. Multiple places where local sources have told us that similarly the similar action had taken place. Early in the morning, the NIA officials swooped down over here. They showed the search warrant. They conducted it and also took out some of the SIM cards, in some cases digital evidences like the mobile phones, as well as some other digital evidences have also been taken, and some materials also, some books also has been taken. So this is the situation. That was a flash raid that has been conducted by the NIA, and more information about the result of the raid will follow soon. Back to you.
Right, Ashwin, clearly it's a continuation, of the process of rooting out the PFI and its activists there. What are the kind of reactions that are coming in? We also know that the PFI has many other sister organizations that operate under various different names. What about those organizations? Do they also come within the ambit of these raids?
Well, Rukma, this entire scope of the investigation, when we get to see the last court document which NIA had given to, while requesting for the extension of the 14 PFI, the Popular Front of India activists who have been taken into custody, what they said is they have collected voluminous data. Now, to understand this data itself, to put them into perspective, to question the accused based on the data that has been collected, all these needs a lot of time, and that also needs a lot of resource pooling in together. The kind of digital evidences that has been gathered, what they essentially say is that the prima facie, the digital evidences that has been gathered as part of the investigation suggests that there has been more conspiracies that has been has happened under the umbrella of the Popular Front of India. Number two, they also stated there is also a secret system within the Popular Front which they target people where they keep people under different targets, in case of there is any kind of animosity that develops in that particular region. Number three, they also stated very categorically that now the kind of murders that has taken place in the state, the way these murders took place, it was not just a local initiative. It in fact had tentacles which could probably go back across states and even nations. That is why one of the organizations which we have confirmed in Kuwait and in Oman, these are social associations. Now, there are credible information that we have received which states that, funding for the Popular Front of India has come from even countries like Kuwait and Oman. And these documents also is being inspected. So, as far as NIA is concerned, they would need a lot of time to verify the veracity of these documents. At the same time, after the ban came forward, there is a tribunal that has been formed, and this tribunal is going to different parts of the country where anybody, any citizen can even go and say why PFI should be banned and bring out evidences. So from the citizens' perspective also, those evidence are being collected. In fact, on 8th, 9th and 10th in Chennai, the tribunal had conducted, and many police officers in Tamil Nadu had in fact given all the FIRs which has been registered against the PFI, and all that has been collected. Some of the citizens who say that PFI has to be banned, that can be contested by the members of the PFI. So, the kind of work that has to be put in by the NIA is so huge, so voluminous that it will not be enough it cannot conclude in a few months' time. It will need a lot of time. However, the center has given a 5 years ban. So essentially, what would mean is that NIA will have to go to each and every nitty-gritty of this entire case, find out evidences, put them out, and the tribunal also has to be convinced of the same. But the current raid which is taking place in Kerala, remember, Kerala is the grey matter of the Popular Front of India, and it is also the grey matter of the NDF, earlier called as Nadapuram Development Front, then became National Development Front, and then, all these organizations that has spurted across the country has all the grey matter here. So the Popular Front of India, the grey matter of Popular Front of India is Kerala. That is why this raid that has taken place in 56 locations across Kerala holds great significance. Rukma.
Right. Many thanks, Ashwin, for putting that into perspective. 56 locations being raided by the NIA since 2 this morning in various places of Kerala. And Ashwin, my colleague there, reporting from one of the venues that are being raided. In fact, as he just reported, the raid has concluded here in this particular area. Many areas in Kannur and as elsewhere in Kerala being raided. Huge evidence being collected. But as Ashwin pointed out, there's a huge task ahead as far as uprooting the PFI, as far as investigations into the PFI are concerned. Let's move on now to other top stories that we're focusing on. Getting you a lead in the Tunisia death mystery, police are to record the statements of Tunisia's uncle and her aunt. Police are likely to record the statement of Tunisia's mother as well, either today or tomorrow. And Sandeep joining us live from Mumbai on this story. Sandeep, well, earlier we were speaking to Monica and she was saying that important recordings likely to take place today. What are you hearing from your sources? Because all eyes would be on what her family members, those closest to Tunisia, have to say. Because, well, Shehzan, as far as we know, continuously changing his statements, at regular, even as he's being interrogated.
So yes, very strong, evidences in fact need to be recovered by the Valif police. Rukma, if you go through with the remand copy that we were able to access yesterday, it clearly mentions that, there was a secret woman with whom Shehzan Khan used to communicate for more than 2 to long hours on daily basis. And at this point of time, they want to know why did Shehzan Khan deleted the chats with that very woman. Apart from that, police also wants to know whether Shehzan Khan deleted those chats before Tunisia's suicide or after Tunisia's suicide. And yes, on the end of a statement, yes, the police is going to record the statement of Pawan Sharma and Vipin Garewal. Pawan Sharma is the maternal uncle, whereas Vipin Garewal is the maternal aunt of Tunisha Sharma. And as the mother health is not well, the police was supposed to in fact record the statement of mother of Tunisha Sharma today, but as her health is not well, so there is a chances, there are possibility that police may go at her home and take her statement today or most likely tomorrow. But at this point of time, the investigation is at crucial stage, Rukma, but the biggest challenge for Walef police is that Shizan Khan is wasting time of police by giving several different reason for breakup, and the police cannot come to a conclusion that what actually happened within that 15 minutes of the lunch time when Tunisha and Shizan were having it. In fact, the last conversation that Tunisha and Shizan had. So at this point of time, the statement of that very woman, that secret woman who in fact Shizan was dating, is also important, and most likely that police may also take her statement as well, although police is not revealing that details of that woman who Shizan was dating, Rukma.
Right, Sandeep, also, when we talk about material evidence, these are statements, and well, they can be or may not be admitted in court and so on. But when we talk about material evidence, you're telling us about the post-mortem report, you're telling us about viscera samples. What updates on that?
See, viscera sample is in fact been preserved, and the report is yet awaited. But yes, as far as the post-mortem report is to be believed, post-mortem report clearly says that death occurred due to strangulating, and not a lot of things are not there in that post-mortem report, although there was also a rumor that Tunisha was pregnant, which after the post-mortem report have come, which clarifies that Tunisha was not pregnant. But yes, if you go through with the complaint copy of Tunisha Sharma that has been in fact give that complaint that has been given by the mother, it says that Tunisha was in fact going through anxiety, and she was not able to bear the breakup with Shizan Khan. And on the other part, Tunisha was in fact admitted also on 16th of December over this anxiety attack that she had got in the past. So these are several things that have been in fact reported. Police may take the statement of the doctor also, who in fact gave treatment to Tunisha Sharma in the past.
Right, so what happened in those 15 minutes after Shehzan and Tunisha had lunch? Why did Shehzan delete that chat? These are the questions that are being asked right now. Many thanks, Sandeep, for joining us on that story. And we'll be getting back to you later in the day for more. Let's move on now to other top stories that we are tracking from across the country and the world. The NIA has raided the homes of members of banned organization PFI. Raids reportedly took place at 56 locations all across the state. The homes of second-tier leaders of the organization and PFI trainers were carried out at around 2 this morning. One dead as a passenger vehicle rolled down from National Highway 44 in Ramban. The deceased have been identified as vehicle driver who was traveling alone. Rescue operations underway to recover the body of the deceased. At least 8 people killed, 5 others sustained injuries in the stampede during TDP Supremo Chandrababu Naidu's roadshow in Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to be given to the next of kin of each of the deceased who lost their lives in the TDP roadshow stampede, while the injured are to be given 50,000 rupees each. Indian ambassador to the United Nations, Ruchira Kamboj, asserts that India has never hesitated in raising its voice against the common enemies of humanity. He further added that the UN Security Council is deeply alarmed by the Taliban's prohibition of women and girls from attending universities.
Presidential statement on counter-terrorism in December during the course of our current presidency, which emphasized several of the points from the 8-point action plan that was proposed by the External Affairs Minister last year. For instance, the Council this time condemned cross-border terrorist attacks, called on all member states to summon the requisite political will to denounce all acts of terrorism, urged member states to ensure that listing and delisting proposals of individuals and entities under Security Council sanctions are evidence-based, reaffirmed member states' obligations to prevent and suppress the financing of terrorist acts.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah will sound the Assembly poll bugle in Karnataka soon. Shah is scheduled to arrive in Bengaluru today. Trouble mounts for former MD and CEO of ICICI Bank, Chanda Kochhar, her husband Deepak Kochhar, and Videocon CEO Venugopal Dhoot as their CBI custody ends, all three to be produced before the special CBI court. And breaking news coming in now after Congress's letter to Amit Shah expressing concerns over Rahul Gandhi's security. The CRPF has now replied to Rahul Gandhi, saying that security arrangements have been fully made for Rahul Gandhi as per guidelines. It may be pointed out that during the visits of the protectee, the required security arrangements are made by the CRPF in coordination with state police and security agencies as per guidelines. Advisories based on threat assessment have been issued by the MHA to all stakeholders concerned, including the state governments. And joining us is our senior executive editor, Aishwarya Kapoor, joining us on the phone line to take us through this breaking news. Aishwarya, it's over to you.
Well, absolutely. And in this regard, there was a complaint written by senior Congress leader and the National General Secretary K.C. Venugopal directly to the MHA. CRPF, and this is according to our sources, has clearly written back saying that Delhi leg of Bharat Jodo Yatra entered Delhi on the 24th of December of 2022. ASL involving all stakeholders was conducted on 22nd, that is 48 hours prior itself. All security guidelines were taken into consideration, and even Delhi police was informed for sufficient deployment of security personnel. What they have also clearly written that since 2020 there have been 113 violations observed and duly communicated by the protectee, that is Rahul Gandhi. So the fact is that Rahul Gandhi has done 113 violations ever since 2020, ever since the SPG was removed and then CRPF was given. CRPF has given a full bureau. CRPF has given a full report back saying that there have been 113 violations on the part of the protectee, which in this case happens to be senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. And as far as their protocol is concerned, not one. And they repeat that not one protocol was broken. Yes, thousands of people are coming, but then CRPF has taken all precautions and all protocol was taken into care. So this is according to our sources that CRPF has written back to the Congress party stating that according to them, every protocol was maintained, and in turn, there have been 113 violations on part of the protectee and not them in this regard. Back to you.
Right, after the CRPF has taken so many steps in order to ensure that Rahul Gandhi is safe even as he carries out his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Well, Aishwarya, thank you. Stay with us. Joining us now is Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP to present his point of view. Mr. Poonawalla, what do you think about, the Congress expressing concerns to the Home Minister about Rahul Gandhi's security? The CRPF now replying back that all protocol has been followed in this regard. How do you react to the Congress's letter to Amit Shah?
I was just listening to your senior editor, Aishwarya, and he has rightly put out the CRPF's response. And let me point out the fact that while the CRPF is an extremely professional organization that provides security, and this is the security that is provided to the Home Minister of the country, so there can be no fault in it. But on the other hand, the protectee himself is supposed to not make violations, and there are violations after violations. In fact, in 2020 onwards, there have been 113 violations that have been committed by the said protectee. And now if you turn your mind to SPG, at the time when Rahul Gandhi had SPG security, he would violate one security protocol a day. That's what the reports had come out. In fact, when he used to go abroad, I think 156 times he went abroad, 143 times he left the SPG without taking an event. So when he goes on foreign soil, at that time he violates the SPG rules and he feels no threat. But amongst his own people and the CRPF and the Z-plus security agencies are providing him the utmost security, he himself does violations and then he blames other people for not providing him security. So this is a kind of tactic to constantly undermine the security forces of this country. They've done this. They say पिटाई हो गई हमारी सेना की, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक जो है वो फर्जिकल है, खून की दलाली है. So time and again undermining the forces, undermining those who give protection to you, undermining those who are involved in the protection of this country has become a tactic of the Congress party, and it's being done with a design to undermine the manobel of our forces, be it the armed forces or be it the security agencies.
Right, Mr. Poonawalla, many thanks for speaking with Republic. So, the Congress being replied to by the CRPF. The Congress had earlier raised questions about the kind of security. They said they had written a letter to the Home Minister Amit Shah about security being provided to Rahul Gandhi. As you just heard, our executive editor politics, Aishwarya Kapoor, saying, and after that, Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP saying, is this just another attempt at undermining the morale of our security forces after the CRPF replied to all the allegations being made by all the questions being raised by the Congress? And joining us now is Manjinder Singh Sirsa of the BJP. Mr. Sirsa, your response. What do you think about the Congress intention in writing such a letter?
No, it is merely an attempt to be in news, to demoralize our force, and also just to take a sympathy that, see, we are under threat. First of all, he got the educate security. That's what I yesterday also told. And secondly, he got a security cover which the country's home ministry enjoys. They're the same security cover Rahul Gandhi has, Sonia Gandhi ji has, Priyanka Gandhi has. So now by saying this कि मेरी security को खतरा है, security मेरी बढ़ाई जाए, मेरी security को खतरा है, तो it is a rhetoric statement. Basically news में रहने के लिए भी और sympathy लेने के लिए भी. पर इससे उन्होंने क्या किया कि खुद ही अपने forces का morale down किया, जो रात दिन उनके साथ लड़ रहे हैं, उनके लिए खड़े रह रहे हैं, इतने घंटे उनके लिए काम कर रहे हैं, उनकी जान की सुरक्षा के लिए, उनके लोगों की सुरक्षा के लिए, उन्हीं को अंडरमाइन कर रहे हैं, उन्हीं को वो कमजोर बता रहे हैं, उन्हीं को वो इनकेपेबल बता रहे हैं. तो राहुल गांधी को बेसिकली खुद को ही नहीं पता चलता कि उनको क्या करना क्या नहीं करना. वो स्कूल के बच्चे हैं अभी भी, वो कुछ करना चाहते हैं, खबरों में लेने के लिए कुछ बोलते हैं, ऐसा उठपटांग बोल देते हैं जिससे इनकी फोर्सेस का मोरल डाउन हो, आर्मी का मोरल डाउन हो, इस तरह की वो स्टेटमेंट देते हैं. और एक लीडर हो, ऑपोजिशन में हो, इतने बड़ी पार्टी के प्रेसिडेंट रहे हों, और उसके बावजूद उनकी स्टेटमेंट इतनी बचकाना हो, केवल पॉलिटिकल रीजन से हो, केवल सत्ता में न्यूज मीडिया में रहने के लिए हो, ये बहुत बुरी बात है. इसके हम कड़े शब्दों में निंदा भी करते हैं और सीआरपीएफ ने उनको एप्रोप्रिएट जवाब भी दिया इस बात को लेकर.
So the BJP, many thanks Mr. Sirsa for joining us there. So the BJP is strongly condemning the Congress's writing to the Home Minister regarding security being provided. The CRPF in a strong-worded letter responds to the questions being raised by the Congress, saying that every form of security as per protocol, has always been extended to Rahul Gandhi. And time now for another very short break. But on the other side, at least eight people reported dead, several others critical as a TDP roadshow turns into a massive tragedy in Nellore. And big focus on the 3,000 crore rupees loan fraud case involving former MD of ICICI Bank, Chanda Kochar, her husband Deepak Kochar, and Venugopal Dhoot of Videocon, who are to be produced in court once again.
This is your space.
Play it your way.
With the versatile range of sanitary ware, faucets and tiles by Sarah.
Our success reflects your trust. Global business crosses rupees 20 lakh crore. Thank you customers, stakeholders and well-wishers. Canara Bank. Together we can.
Uncontrolled diabetes can lead to long-term complications and damage your heart, eyes, kidney and nerves if remains untreated.
With Beto's Diabetes Care Program, get online doctor consultation, all your prescribed medicines and a dietitian consultation. Get a free glucometer and expert advice with Beto's Diabetes Care Program. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
The headlines at 10:30. At least 8 reported dead, several others critical as TDP roadshow turns into a tragedy in Nellore. After Congress letter over Rahul Gandhi's security, CRPF rubbishes claims, says all arrangements in place. Mega NI swooped down on banned radical outfit, the PFI, early morning raids across 56 locations in Kerala. Big focus on 3,000 crore rupees loan fraud case as the Kochars and Dhoot are to be produced in court once again. Sensational details emerge in Tunisia case. Family claims Chizan deleted chats after breakup. Following the Taliban's crackdown on women and their rights, Afghan women fight back from Herat to Kabul. Women take to the streets now. And starting off with news from Afghanistan. Earlier we had broken the news about how the protests are raging inside Kabul even as the Taliban a few days back had banned higher education for women. Then they banned women from working in NGOs. Days after the Taliban announced a ban on women's higher education. The crackdown is only intensifying by the day, it appears. Republic has accessed visuals of the Taliban cracking down on women as they protest in the heart of Afghanistan for their rights. Furthermore, India at the United Nations has expressed serious concern over the ban on women's basic rights, such as the right to education. And these are visuals of some of the protests that are being carried out across Kabul. The crackdown is strong and swift by the Taliban, who has adopted this hardline stance despite its assurances that it would not do so.
India has also noted these reports with concern. We have consistently supported the cause of female education and women's education in Afghanistan. We've been emphasizing the importance of the establishment of an inclusive and representative government that respects the rights of all Afghans and ensures the equal rights of women and girls to participate in all aspects of Afghan society, including access to higher education. These are also part of the benchmarks set out by UNSC Resolution 2593, which was adopted in August 2021 under our presidency of the Security Council and reiterated in subsequent Council resolutions. India has direct stakes, as you know, in ensuring the return of peace and stability to the country, given our position as a contiguous neighbor and long-standing partner of Afghanistan. Our approach to Afghanistan will be guided by our historical friendship and our special relationship with the people of Afghanistan. As I have already mentioned in the wrap-up briefing on 22 December in New York, while we may exit the Security Council, Afghanistan will continue to remain in our hearts.
And we're talking about the crackdown. Even as women are taking to the streets, men are taking to the streets in the heart of Afghanistan to protest against the hardline stance that the Taliban has adopted against women. Well, joining us now is a special guest on the show to take us through what's really happening and to give us some perspective as to what is likely to happen, what can, in terms of steps that can be taken by the world, in terms of, the reactions that are necessary. Mr. Bare Afghanpour, who is joining us live from Afghanistan. Mr. Afghanpour, very warm welcome to Republic TV. A short while back, we showed our viewers India's stance as far as Afghanistan and the crackdown of the Taliban against women, against their rights in Afghanistan, and how India is so seriously concerned. But from your perspective, you're there where it's all happening. Tell us what can you tell us about the situation there? Women are banned from higher education. So what next?
Thank you for the question. Few years that before of the Taliban, the many girls and the women are talk with the former government of Afghanistan, the government of Mr.
Mr. Bare Afghanpour joining us live from Afghanistan so that we can get some perspective, an eyewitness account of what's happening. We are hearing details. We've accessed that footage of protests raging across the heart of Afghanistan, a country already torn apart by decades of war, by years of war, and now by economic difficulties. It's reeling under economic and financial difficulties, and yet the Taliban cracking down on women. We go back once again to Mr. Bare Afghanpour. Mr. Afghanpour, we'd like to understand from you, what is the philosophy behind this Taliban, hardline stance against women? Because the message that's going out is that, that basically there can be no development. That's what everyone knows. But what is the philosophy behind the Taliban's crackdown on women's rights in this manner?
Unfortunately, the Taliban, for this reaction, have not any answer to that they reacted about the women's. This is in the religion, Islam, and they have not any answer that they can say that we take this decision. It's logically and technically for people and women are acceptable. It's absolutely very sure that they have not come back from the violence. They always want to show the violence and against the women's and also in the men's. They want in Afghanistan. And the protest of the women have not a result because they not take they have a mechanism that they will not take a permission. The people, as a protest, coming in the road and talking and say that we want our right. They have not a ruled constitution and nothing, and they close all the doors for the Afghan people, especially for women. They have not a mechanism that to help to poor people, and many families in Afghanistan that they have not a man. The women are working for the family, and only women have an achievement and. For help their family. When they say the women are the women can working and the foreign organizations and offices, and we will announce it you. And it's we have not information about that and until which time they will have this policy, and when they will announce it, we will take the permission to women's, or they can working and going to educational organizations and centers, and they only now want to show the government is a dictatorship, because we have nothing any other answer about them. And 2-3 days after that, they announced that the school and the universities closed. They have a especially their special forces coming in the streets, and they controlling without the police check. And they don't. Right. The women can, as a protest, going and say that it's our right and we want to
right,
work.
Mr. Barry.
We want to, yes.
Right, right, Mr. Barry. Women in Afghanistan clearly fighting back after those. After that brutal crackdown, glimpses of which we are getting from various sources, and the Afghan Taliban now adopting a very strongly hardline stance against women, banning their rights to work in NGOs. That was the latest, and earlier banning their rights to higher education. Mr. Barry, thank you very much for joining us and for putting some more perspective into what is happening in Afghanistan. The Afghan women continue to fight back even as there is a brutal crackdown on the part of the Taliban. We're trying to get in more voices to understand how the situation actually is and what actually is happening inside Afghanistan. Let's listen in to more voices that we have accessed.
استاد ما به عنوان استاد این امروز آوردیم به سطح ماستری و دکترا ماستری اینه کامرامینای دوستا بگیرن که استاد مشعل ما می اسناداره این اسنادای اصلی است ما سر از اینم امروز اینمی اسناداره دیگه هیچ به درد من نمیخوره این وطن جای برای تحصیل نیست اینه ما از پانتون میسور ما سند گرفتیم از هند استاد بودم درس دادم اینه امروز وقت خوانم نخوانه مادرم نخوانه درس من درس قبول ندارم من دروازه پنتون ای استادم من اینه پاره میکنم اصلی را پاره میکنم
خاقل مشهد حل لاره فکر کوی اسنادش
ده در تا پاره کومی دی خاطره تراغی چی دما خورت اجازه ور نکی دما مورت اجازه ور نکی سی درس وی زنده وایم درس اورو رتم مو درس ای خورا منگه ای خورت ولی اجازه نور نکی اسلام ورته اجازه ورکړي قرآن ورته اجازه ورکړي دین ورته اجازه ورکړي ته څنګه ته ورته اجازه نه ورکوي وام
And caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati has received Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, and a small delegation meet was held in Lebanon. The visit comes 2 weeks after unknown assailants shot and killed an Irish peacekeeper with UNIFIL, the UN's peacekeeping forces in southern Lebanon. Seven people sustained injuries after a Grand Canyon tour helicopter crashed at a Las Vegas area airport. The pilot and 6 passengers immediately rushed to hospital. Eleven people sentenced to life in prison in Ivory Coast after being convicted of carrying out an Islamic extremist attack. The attack took place nearly 7 years ago, killing 19 people and injuring dozens more. Ethiopian Airlines have resumed scheduled flights to Tigray's capital Mekelle as a result of a peace agreement signed between the federal government and Tigray officials in November. The move comes a day after a federal government delegation visited Mekelle. Damage from high winds continue to be felt across the Portland metro area, with thousands still without power and multiple city infrastructures damaged. Multiple streets had entire traffic light systems out, causing hazardous conditions on the road. The Coconino County Sheriff's Office has confirmed the identities of 49-year-old Narayana Muddana and his wife Haritha Muddana and 47-year-old Gokul Medisetti, all Indian nationals who drowned in an icy Arizona lake. Serbian President Alexander Vučić has announced that Serbs from Kosovo will start to remove the barricades and roadblocks in northern part of Kosovo. Time for another very short break. On the other side, big focus on 3,000 crore rupees loan fraud case as Kochars and Dhut are to be produced in court once again. Also coming up, sensational details emerge in Tunisia case. Family claims Shizan deleted chats after breakup.
The tests, they kept coming for me. Glass ceiling after glass ceiling. Bump after bump. They questioned me. Why don't you give up? I chose the long rugged road instead. Game after game. Milestone after milestone. What now? I'm just getting started.
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special. Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today. or call 10 toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए।
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा करके रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
छक्का नहीं, टूटा। आपके टाइल्स को चाहिए एमवाई के लेटिक्री टाइल एडेसिव। फॉर्मूला ऐसा कि अब टाइल न टूटेगा न छूटेगा।
Breaking news alert in Bihar sounded ahead of the Dalai Lama's visit. We're getting news of a security alert issued in Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Bodh Gaya, a land sacred to Buddhists across the world. Amid the visit of the Dalai Lama, with the police searching for a Chinese woman. Police have issued a sketch of the woman identified as Song Xiaolan. Besides sharing her passport and visa details with the press, however, it was not immediately clear why the police were looking for the woman. And to tell us about the visit of the Dalai Lama, the alert that has been sounded, and who is this Chinese woman and why is the police looking for her, we have with us our senior editor, special projects, Prakash, joining us. Prakash, if you can tell us, well, many questions. Why has an alert been declared? Why is the Dalai Lama visiting Bodh Gaya? Why is this woman important? And also, other details that you may have.
Well, the exact details are not yet known why the Gaya police is looking for this suspected woman, but what we gather is that a security alert has been issued in Bodh Gaya because His Holiness the Dalai Lama is visiting Bodh Gaya after 2 years. During the Corona period, he was not visiting Bodh Gaya as he used to visit every year. Now, as a matter of fact, police has issued a sketch of the concerned woman, identified as Song Xiaolan, and police has also shared the passport and visa details with the press. And it is not just clear why the police is looking for the woman. Security has been beefed up
तो हम
around.
जितने भी यहाँ पे ठहरने के स्थान हैं हम सभी जगह पे जाके उसको वेरीफाई कर रहे हैं।
एक्टिविटीज को लेकर कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन
अभी कोई ऐसा इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है। मैंने वही बताया कि हम अभी वेरिफिकेशन कर रहे हैं। कोई कॉन्क्रीट इन्फॉर्मेशन अगर हमारे पास आएगा तो हम डेफिनेटली आपके साथ शेयर
शंका है कि हिमाचल में जिस तरह से मिली थी उस तरह से यहाँ भी हो सकता है।
नहीं, वो अभी तो इस चीज़ को कहना इतना एडवांस स्टेज पे ठीक नहीं होगा। मैंने वही बताया कि एक प्रिलिमिनरी इनपुट है हमारे पास जिसपे हम लोग अभी वेरिफिकेशन कर रहे हैं। हाँ, थैंक यू।
So police, they're saying that they just have preliminary inputs about this woman. They cannot disclose any more details. Prakash, as you were telling us, please continue.
Well, the entire area of the Mahabodhi temple shrine has been cordoned off, where in the vicinity, His Holiness the Dalai Lama resides, as well as he gives sermons in the concerned area. So it has been barricaded, as it is done always whenever His Holiness the Dalai Lama visits Bodh Gaya, because large number of devotees from various countries congregate here in Bodh Gaya when His Holiness the Dalai Lama visits here from different countries. So the security has been beefed up, as we heard already. The SSP of Gaya saying that this is preliminary information that they have received, and they are investigating into it. Meanwhile, the Dalai Lama addressed a gathering here in the morning, and he is there in his place, very close to the temple premises, and the security has been cordoned off. Back to you.
Well, many thanks, Mr. Prakash Singh, for joining us there and for updating us on the visit. His Holiness the Dalai Lama there in Bodh Gaya, a land holy for Buddhists and revered by Buddhists the world over. Now a security alert has been sounded ahead of his visit, and a search is on for a mysterious Chinese woman whose picture you can see, viewers, on your screens. Police have not disclosed many details, but of course certain specifics of her name as well as her passport number and so on have been put out in the public, and a search is on for this Chinese woman. Security has been beefed up across Bodh Gaya, as it is always done. This is a routine practice because usually devotees from across the world flock to Bodh Gaya when His Holiness Dalai Lama is there. Time now for another very short break. On the other side, Mega NIA swooped down on banned radical outfit, the PFI. Early morning raids across 56 locations in Kerala.
Mr. Blanc, you're the world's greatest detective, right?
In your words, there has been a murder. The killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again if it covers their tracks.
Wow!
Well, I'm out of here.
Yeah, me too.
Lock the doors. Stay in your rooms. Everyone is in danger.
Are you calling me dangerous?
Well, we'll see.
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए?
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा-थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
Life will test you. It will turn your world upside down. Again and again and again. The only way to hit back is to stand up. Stand up every time and say, I'm not done.
It is important to keep your HbA1c in the target range of 6.5 to 7% to avoid complications.
With Beto's Diabetes Care program, get online doctor consultation, all your prescribed medicines and a dietitian consultation. Get a free glucometer and expert advice with Beto's Diabetes Care program. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
समय कभी किसी का इंतजार नहीं करता। देर न कीजिए, यह आपके द्वारा दिया हुआ टैक्स ही है जो आज देश को सुरक्षित और समृद्ध बना रहा है। शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की सुविधाओं को देश के कोने कोने तक पहुंचा रहा है। करदाता कृपया ध्यान दें, यदि आपने अब तक निर्धारण वर्ष 2022-23 की अपनी टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल नहीं की है, तो लेट फीस के साथ 31 दिसंबर 2022 तक आप अपनी टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल कर सकते हैं। और यदि आपने निर्धारण वर्ष 2022-23 की अपनी टैक्स रिटर्न ड्यू डेट से पहले फाइल की थी, तो आप अपनी रिवाइज्ड रिटर्न बिना लेट फीस के 31 दिसंबर 2022 तक फाइल कर सकते हैं। याद रखें, निर्धारण वर्ष 2022-23 की टैक्स रिटर्न भरने की अंतिम तिथि है 31 दिसंबर 2022। प्रत्येक आय करदाता एक राष्ट्र निर्माता।
Coming in from Gujarat, fire in a plywood factory, 6 water bowser tanks and 1 fire tender at the spot. These, viewers, are the visuals of the fire there at a plywood factory. The fire must have spread extremely rapidly, plywood being such an easily combustible substance.
This is your space.
Play it your way.
With the versatile range of sanitary ware, faucets and tiles by Sarah.
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए।
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
Top headlines at 11 a.m. At least 8 reported dead, several others critical as TDP roadshow turns into a tragedy in Nellore. After a Congress letter over Rahul Gandhi's security, CRPF rubbishes claims, says all arrangements in place. Mega NI swooped down on banned radical outfit PFI early morning raids across 56 locations in Kerala. Big focus on the 3,000 crore loan fraud case as Kocher's Andhoot to be produced in court once again. Sensational details emerge in Tunisha case. Family claims Shehzan deleted chats after breakup. Following Taliban's crackdown on women, Afghan women fight back from Herat to Kabul. Women take to streets now. Thanks for tuning in this Thursday morning. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava, starting with Newsbreak coming in relation to the stampede that ensued in the Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh, which claimed lives of 8 people. In the latest, what we're given to understand is that the TDP chief, Chandrababu Naidu, will be visiting every village and meeting the family of the deceased to hand over checks to the family of the deceased. Now, remember, this comes after 8 people lost their lives and several others were reportedly injured following that roadshow in Nellore that turned into a tragedy. We'll go across to Aneri as well, who's there in Nellore getting us those updates. But remember, this incident happened last evening when thousands had gathered at this roadshow that was being held by the TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu. Multiple people fell into the canal. In fact, 8 people lost their lives in this incident. All right, Aneri is live with us. Aneri, if you could give us the latest that you're learning. We understand that Naidu will, in a short while from now, visiting the family of the deceased in this case.
Well, that's right, Samiksha. We have been seeing a tragic incident which has happened in Kandakur in Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh, where we see that TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu, who was holding a roadshow there in Kandakur, stampede-like situation turned out, and later we also saw that near about 8 people lost their life and 6 others were said to be injured. But also now, as we continue to report from here, from Kandakur, Chandrababu Naidu is right now holding a meeting with the party cadres, and also a large number of party cadres have gathered here in Kandakur. And also at the same time, now we have been seeing that what we have been learning is that TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu will be visiting every village and meet the victim's family and hand over the checks to the deceased family members. But also at the same time, we see that 6 others who have been injured have recovered. And also at the same time, what we are being told is that Chandrababu Naidu had last night announced and financial help, and also at the same time he has stated that TDP party and he himself will be standing by with the party cadres and also with the people who lost their life. They are also said to be the people who lost their life are said to be the TDP.
Was not there much, Actually, when this kind of program happens at this scale, generally police takes the front foot here. I mean, there was very minimum police to control the public. So there was a stampede, people fell down, and I mean, we found at the same time, and Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has stopped even his speech. He has asked them. We all went. All the leaders went and rescued them and took to the hospital immediately. And around 6 people expired in the hospital, and then another 2 guys also. Later, after a few hours, they also expired. So, as a gesture, as a condolence, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has stopped the entire program. We have given the condolence, and this program is completely stopped from there. Later, they all are our family members actually. They are not that some other people. They are the cadre of the Telugu Desam party. So, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has now put together, party and everyone put together around 25 lakhs 50,000 rupees we have announced for each person as an ex gratia within the party. So, and today, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and the entire leaders, we are going to their families. We are going to see them, and we are going to, give the assurance that we are there to protect the family. Even Chandrababu Naidu has announced their kids who are studying, we will take the entire responsibility of their education also. It's an unfortunate situation. We never expected, and it never happened at this scale. So whatever happened, it's an unfortunate, and we are also now becoming a little more vigilant in how to take care of the future programs also. And once again, from party side, we are assuring the families that we'll support them, and this 25 lakh rupees also we are giving them immediately. And today Mr. Babu also will go and...
Aneri, of course, continues to report live from Nellore. Aneri, if you can help us understand what were the security lapses which the police will be looking into, and what are the statements coming in from the YSRCP at this point in time?
Well, Samiksha, definitely what we are being told is that right now the police officials are investigating into the matter, and also the security here in Kandakur has been beefed up, as we also have been speaking. The whole area here in Kandakur where the incident had taken place last night, now security has been beefed up here. Extra forces have been put in place, and so that no untoward situation would take place any further. But also now when we are talking right now, I would show here this is the convoy of TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu. Well, in some time from now, TDP Chief is expected to come out, and then he will be moving towards the villages, and also he will be meeting every family member of the deceased. Every village he will be visiting and handing over the checks personally. Definitely he also states that this is a huge loss for the party, and party continues to stand by. We will provide all the assistance whichever they need, and also at the same time what we have been seeing is that the blame game has now began, where YSRCP has been blaming the TDP for holding the roadshow in such narrow roads. But yes, also when we talk about the security, there were police personnel which were deployed there, but large number of people, thousands of people gathered for the roadshow of the TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu. And also this was not the first time where Chandrababu Naidu was holding roadshows. Since last few months, TDP Chief has been holding roadshows in various areas, in various constituencies. He has been holding public meetings as well. And this is in the run-up to the 2024 Assembly elections here in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
All right, Aneri, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you. So, Aneri, they're reporting live from Nellore after that stampede which happened last evening, in which 8 people lost their lives. For now, moving on to more breaking news coming in. This one in relation to a big measure that's been taken by the Election Commission in relation to this is in relation to remote voting, in which a nod has been given by the poll panel, the Election Commission of India, saying that it is ready to pilot remote voting for domestic migrants, and has also developed a prototype multi-constituency remote electronic voting machine, or the RVM. So big move there by the Election Commission, having given its nod for remote voting. Now this would be for the migrants, and it is in fact a prototype of remote electronic voting machine for domestic migrant voters, and has invited political parties for a demonstration as well on 16th of January. So a nod has been given, and political parties have also been invited for a demonstration of this voting pattern, which would be a remote voting, which would take place for the migrants. Piyush Ori joining us from the national capital. Piyush, that's in fact a big move. Once it gets a go-ahead, if you could give us more details how exactly it's going to function. We also understand it is for the migrants, of course, this prototype voting.
So you rightly mentioned, Samiksha, that this is actually a very big move, and this is actually a very big innovative concept that has been introduced by Election Commission. Now, this was made in order to make sure that all the domestic migrant workers that used to often miss out the opportunity of voting will now be able to get the chance to vote even if they are outside their own state. So this is actually a very big step, a very innovative concept, and now all eyes will be on January 16 when Election Commission is going to invite several political parties for this demonstration. If this works out, it will be a boon for several of the domestic migrant workers who used to be coming out from their states and used to miss out the opportunity of this election process where they never used to vote. So if this works out, this is actually going to be a big step, and again, one of the major steps in our democracy. Back to you in the studio.
Piyush, stay with us. A follow-up question. We understand that the poll panel has floated a concept note on remote voting and has sought the views of of the political parties in relation to what could be the challenges that lie ahead when it comes to implementing that remote voting. What are those challenges, or as well as those technical and administrative challenges that the poll panel would be looking into once this gets implemented?
So you rightly said, Samiksha, that even though it's a very big move, it's a very innovative concept, the main challenge to begin with for the Election Commission officials will be to make sure that this new concept gets learnt by the voters, and the benefits of this also gets learnt by the voters, because this is actually a new concept. So, and this is going to be first implemented in the experimentation phase. So before the concept is going to be introduced to the voters per se, it is also going to be demonstrated to the political parties. Their views are going to be sought, and from there on, if all works fine, it is going to be implemented on a big scale in several states which has a large population of domestic migrant workers. So yes, to begin with, it's a very innovative concept, but now the major challenge for the Election Commission would be to implement this concept on the ground. Back to you in the studio.
Yes, Piyush, stay with us, and just to talk to our viewers a little, giving a recap of this particular remote electronic voting, which has been given a go-ahead, a nod of sorts that has been given by the Election Commission. A big move, of course, coming in which we are now given to understand that the Election Commission has developed a prototype of remote electronic voting machine for domestic migrant voters, and has even invited political parties for the demonstration of the same on 16th of January. In fact, the poll panel has also floated a concept note on remote voting and has sought the views of political parties on the legal, administrative as well as technical challenges in implementing this. The multi-constituency remote EVM developed by the public sector undertaking can handle up to 72 constituencies from a single remote polling booth. After focus on youth and urban apathy, remote voting will be transformational initiative for strengthening participation in electoral democracy. Piyush Shori getting us those details. Piyush, thank you for the moment. So remains to be seen how exactly is this implemented. But of course, seems like a welcome move by the Election Commission in which remote voting would take place of the migrants. And more news break coming in, this one in relation to the encounter which happened yesterday in the Sindra area of Jammu, in which 4 terrorists were neutralized. In fact, intel sources have informed that 4 terrorists who were neutralized by the forces were linked to the Jaish outfit. The modus operandi has also been accessed, in which we're given to understand that Jaish top commander Ashok Maulvi is the mastermind behind the conspiracy. Remember, a major terror bid was foiled in the Sidra area of Jammu, in which 4 terrorists were neutralized. We are also given to understand that Jaish top commander Ashok Maulvi was the mastermind behind this conspiracy. Gursimran getting us those breaking updates. Gursimran, if you could give us more details of what sources are telling you about this major terror bid that was foiled yesterday.
Yes, what we're getting to know from the sources that it was Ashok Maulvi sitting in the Pakistan who was the mastermind. Now, some sources were saying that it could possibly be that he was part of this 4 terrorists who came here, but what the agencies are informing that he was not part of it. The DNA samples of all the 4 killed terrorists have now been taken, and also one more thing that has come into force, that the total 8 big weapons, 7 AK rifles and 1 M4 rifle, assault rifle was being carried by these terrorists who have been neutralized by the security forces. 4 weapons were to be kept by them. 4 were to be handed over to the other terrorists in the Kashmir Valley, included the M4 rifle that was to be given to some top commander of Jaish-e-Mohammed in the Kashmir Valley. But yesterday, in this very place of the Sidra, this encounter took place. This is the truck in which those terrorists were traveling, and I'll request Sarjivan to show you this bag of this grass they were carrying in, and this is the kathua made. So it possibly suggests that they loaded this truck from the Kathua area, and somewhat there only the terrorists transferred or shifted to this consignment. This means that highly possible that the terrorists probably would have arrived from Punjab or from Jammu somewhere, but they gathered and they entered this truck only somewhere near Kathua or after that. So now the agencies are looking into every possible angle, but what has come into fore is Ashok Nehru, that he is the one who is the mastermind of this. Ashaq Negru is the same person who was in the 2018 Katra encounter also, wherein he carried out, wherein he was taking a group of terrorists to the Kashmir Valley. His brother Riaz was in the truck that was intercepted by the security forces. He was traveling behind that truck, managed to escape. In that encounter, 3 terrorists were killed, and the brother of Ashaq Negru, Riaz Negru, was arrested by the security forces. He is at present in the jail, and they admitted when during investigation and intercepts that the police located that 12 sorties of the terrorists, or probably 48 terrorists, were taken to the Kashmir Valley before 2018 Nagrota encounter. So this was another such attempt by Ashaq Negru, sitting in the Pakistan, working on the behest of the top commanders of Jaish-e-Mohammed to carry these terrorists from Jammu to the Kashmir Valley, but was foiled as security forces intercepted and blown that truck in which these terrorists were traveling in.
Gursimran, stay with us. If you can talk to us more about this mastermind, the Pak handler, Jaish top commander, who was seems to be the mastermind behind this attack, behind this terror bid that was, of course, foiled by the forces. Tell us more about this mastermind, and also about this location where these terrorists were neutralized. We understand it's the same location where a grenade attack was reported a few days back.
Yes, first coming to the Ashaq Negru, who is also known as Ashaq Bolvi. He is from the Rajpura area of the Pulwama. He is an active terrorist since 2008. Earlier, he was affiliated to the Lashkar-e-Toiba outfit. Later, he shifted to Jaish-e-Mohammed and was given the task of carrying the terrorists from the international border to the Kashmir Valley. He, along with his brother, carried 12 sorties of terrorists, almost group of 3 to 4 terrorists in each sortie from Jammu to the Kashmir Valley. On their 30th trip that they were carrying, they were intercepted, and 3 terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed were killed by the security forces. Those who entered from the Kathua district to Jammu and then were heading to the Kashmir Valley. That encounter happened in the Riyasi district, in the Katra police station. It was on 2018. And since then, the Riaz was arrested. Ashaq Negru managed to exfiltrate to the Pakistan. Now, this is the same place where the grenade attack has taken place. I'll request Sarjivan to show you a 360-degree view, because the place, this is the place where this truck is. Actually, the encounter has taken place at the mid of the road where the truck was stopped and then the driver fled away. That police post that is at some distance, that is the place where the grenade attack had actually happened 3 weeks back, where a grenade was lobbed at the security forces by the unknown terrorist. And since then, there have been massive searches that were going on, but then came this person. The intercept that were located by the intelligence agency shared with Jammu and Kashmir police that there is a high possibility of a group of terrorists that is trying to sneak in from the Pakistan to Indian side and then to the Kashmir Valley. And that intercept was taken very seriously by the J&K police, developed, and then this encounter has taken place in which 4 terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed have been neutralized, though the identification is yet to be ascertained. But what it seems is primarily that all 4 are Pakistani terrorists.
All right, Gursimran, thank you so much for the moment. So, Gursimran getting us those exclusive details of the Pak link that has emerged and the Jaish outfit that was the commander of the Jaish outfit, who was the mastermind of this terror bid that was foiled by the forces yesterday. Not just this, remember 8 weapons have been recovered in this operation which was carried out yesterday, in which 4 terrorists were neutralized. News in brief, the NI has raided homes of members of banned organization PFI. The raids reportedly took place at 56 locations all across the state. The homes of second-tier leaders of the organization and PFI trainers were raided at around 2 a.m. 1 dead as a passenger vehicle rolled down from the National Highway 44 at Ramban district of J&K. The deceased has been identified as a vehicle driver who was travelling alone. Rescue operation is underway to recover the body of the deceased. At least 8 people were killed and 5 others sustained injuries in a stampede during TDP Supremo Chandrababu Naidu's roadshow in Nellore district of Andhra. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to be given to the next of the kin of each deceased who lost their lives in the TDP roadshow stampede, while the injured would be given 50,000 rupees each. Indian ambassador to the United Nations, Ruchira Kamboj, asserted that India has never hesitated in raising its voice against the common enemies of humanity, further adding that the UNSC is deeply alarmed by Taliban's prohibition of women and girls from attending universities.
A presidential statement on counter-terrorism in December during the course of our current presidency, which emphasized several of the points from the 8-point action plan that was proposed by the External Affairs Minister last year. For instance, the Council this time condemned cross-border terrorist attacks, called on all member states to summon the requisite political will to denounce all acts of terrorism, urged member states to ensure that listing and delisting proposals of individuals and entities under Security Council sanctions are evidence-based, reaffirmed member states' obligations to prevent and suppress the financing of terrorist acts.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah will sound the Assembly poll bugle in Karnataka. Shah is scheduled to arrive in Bengaluru today. Trouble has mounted for former MD and CEO of ICICI Bank Chanda Kochar, her husband Deepak Kochar and Videocon CEO Venugopal Dhoot as their CBI custody ends today. All three of them will be produced before the CBI court. And in more news coming in, this one in relation to the COVID cases being reported across the country. In the latest Punjab University, from Punjab University, Chandigarh hosteler has now tested positive for COVID-19. We're given to understand that the student has a travel history. He had recently visited New York for academic assignment and has been put under quarantine for now. The student was tested positive at the airport when he landed in the national capital. So a US returnee now testing positive in Punjab. He's been put under quarantine. The student was tested positive at the test that was done as he landed in the national capital. Amandeep joining us live right now. Amandeep, good morning. If you could give us more details of this case that has been reported. Have the samples been sent for the genome sequencing?
Well, absolutely, Samiksha. The entire protocol is being followed by the health department in Chandigarh. Just because he's a student of Punjab University and he's a research scholar of a department. And in fact, recently he visited to New York for some academic assignment. And when he returned to the national capital, when he landed, he was having a flu-like symptoms. So airport authorities has take the sample of for the COVID-19, and in fact he has tested positive. And even yesterday a report came out that he has been tested positive, though he was a hostler, and now university authorities has put him in the quarantine position in a separate place. And even they have also informed the health department as well as the local MC, and now the contact tracing is being done by the MC and the health department, and even his samples has also been taken for the further process. Just because this is the first case and in fact he's the hostler, now the contact tracing is being conducted by the local MC that whom he met when he returned, and even who all came into his contact, just because his exposure was quite big as he was staying in hostel and even having a food in the mess using the toilets that is commonly used in the boys hostel. So that's the reason the situation and the entire process is being followed by the health department of Chandigarh. And even now the Punjab University authorities have made a separate place for his quarantine. Until the time he remains under the quarantine, he will have to stay at that place only. Yes.
All right, Amandeep, thank you for the moment. So Amandeep getting us those details of the person who's returned from the US who's now tested positive for COVID-19. All right, slipping into a very short break for now. Do not go anywhere. Lots coming up on the other side of this very short break. Sensational details emerge in Tunisha's death case. Family claims Shehzan deleted chats after breakup. Following Taliban's crackdown on women, Afghan women fight back. From Herat to Kabul, women take to streets now.
in association with Bisleri Limonata.
Your favorite service provider, Den, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो.
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call Den toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
समय कभी किसी का इंतजार नहीं करता। देर न कीजिए, यह आपके द्वारा दिया हुआ टैक्स ही है जो आज देश को सुरक्षित और समृद्ध बना रहा है। शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की सुविधाओं को देश के कोने कोने तक पहुंचा रहा है। करदाता कृपया ध्यान दें, यदि आपने अब तक निर्धारण वर्ष 2022-23 की अपनी टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल नहीं की है, तो लेट फीस के साथ 31 दिसंबर 2022 तक आप अपनी टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल कर सकते हैं। और यदि आपने निर्धारण वर्ष 2022-23 की अपनी टैक्स रिटर्न ड्यू डेट से पहले फाइल की थी, तो आप अपनी रिवाइज्ड रिटर्न बिना लेट फीस के 31 दिसंबर 2022 तक फाइल कर सकते हैं। याद रखें, निर्धारण वर्ष 2022-23 की टैक्स रिटर्न भरने की अंतिम तिथि है 31 दिसंबर 2022। प्रत्येक आय करदाता एक राष्ट्र निर्माता।
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels.
Uncontrolled diabetes can lead to long-term complications and damage your heart, eyes, kidney and nerves if remains untreated.
With Beto's Diabetes Care program, get online doctor consultation, all your prescribed medicines and a dietitian consultation. Get a free glucometer and expert advice with Beto's Diabetes Care program. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
Thanks for staying tuned to Republic. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. We have a lot lined up for you with the next half an hour. Let's get started with the top headlines this Thursday morning. At least 8 reported deaths, several others critical as TDP roadshow turns into a tragedy in Nellore. After Congress letter over Rahul Gandhi's security, CRPF rubbishes claims, says all arrangements in place. Mega NI swooped down on banned radical outfit PFI early morning raids across 56 locations in Kerala. Big focus on the 3,000 crore loan fraud case as Kochars and Dhoot are to be produced. In fact, have been produced in court now. Sensational details emerge in Tunisha's death case. Family claims Shehzan deleted chats after breakup. Following Taliban's crackdown on women, Afghan women fight back from Herat to Kabul. Women take to streets now. All right, we start with a big focus this morning in relation to the 3,000 crore loan fraud case. We're now given to understand that Venu Gopal Dhoot as well as Chanda Kochar and her husband Deepak Kochar have now been produced before the court. So these are the details that are just trickling in. All three have been produced before the court. In fact, remember this, of course, is in relation to the 3,000 crore scam. Latest, we are given to understand that the CBI is likely to not seek further custody of the Kochars and Venu Gopal Dhoot, Videocon co-founder. So the news break this hour is that the three have been, the three accused in the 3,000 crore Videocon loan fraud case have been produced in court, and also that the CBI is unlikely to seek a further custody of Kochars and Venu Gopal Dhoot. So the details that are just trickling in relation to the ICICI Videocon loan fraud case in which Kochar, Chanda Kochar, her husband Venugopal Dhoot are in the dock in relation to a fraud amounting to 3,000 crore rupees. This All right, these visuals that we are putting right now on the screens are from Nellore, where Chandrababu Naidu's posters have been put out. Remember, this comes just a day after the stampede was reported in the Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh, in which 8 people lost their lives. Those visuals of banners that have been put out in the Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh. Remember, the stampede has claimed lives of 8 people, several others who are currently being treated in government hospitals. So yes, a tragic and a very unfortunate incident to have unfolded in Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh, in which 8 people lost their lives. The deadly stampede during the roadshow that was being held by the Vice RCP chief Chandrababu Naidu. This, of course, after multiple people had fallen into that canal. A lot of questions being raised as to whether there was a security lapse, what really led to the stampede in the first place, which claimed lives of 8 people. Reaction coming in from Chandrababu Naidu. Let's quickly listen in.
No, I don't want to. No, hear me. Yesterday I made it very clear. Today I am going there. There I am going to respond. That is enough, no? Why again I have to talk now? No, there is a very sad incident. I am feeling very sorry about it. This is the program I have given. నాగేశ్వరరావు అందరూ క్లియర్ చేయండి కొంచెం మీరు క్లియర్ చేయండి ప్రెస్ వాళ్ళు క్లియర్ చేయండి క్లియర్ చేయండి
From Chandrababu Naidu on the stampede which happened last evening, in which 8 people lost their lives. There are lapses, of course, which are being looked into by the police at this point in time. Aneri reporting live from Nellore. Aneri, if you could just sum it up for us, there is reaction coming in from Chandrababu Naidu on the stampede last evening.
Well, that's right, Samiksha. This is the first reaction of TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu coming in from Nellore, where he has stated that this is a very sad incident which has been reported, and we stand by the family of the deceased. And also now you can see here, as we continue to report Chandrababu Naidu, any time from now, he is going to go and meet the victims' family, the deceased who lost their life. Here, he is Chandrababu Naidu here on our frame. As we have been reporting from here, Chandrababu Naidu from here is directly going to visit the deceased family members, and also at the same time we see that TDP chief along with his party cadres will be moving from here. Well, he has announced an ex gratia of rupees 10 lakhs, and also other facilities will be provided, is what TDP chief has said. And this is the first reaction which we just played out, where TDP chief said that it is a very sad incident which has been reported. And also now we see that Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy has also announced an ex gratia, where now TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu and the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh is leaving right now from his base camp, and he will be moving and meeting the family members of the deceased. He will be handing over the check to the financial assistance checks to the family members. And also, as we have been reporting reporting from here, from Kandakur, where the incident has been reported. 8 people lost their life and 6 others have been injured in this incident. And also at the same time, not to forget, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also announced a compensation of 2 lakh to the to each of the family who lost their life, and also 50,000 rupees to the injured. Now we'll have to wait and watch what will be the next move, because what we are being told is that TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu will be holding a public meeting today evening in another area, but we will have to wait for a confirmation in that regard. But yes, as of now, a tragic incident which is being coming in from Kandakur, where roadshow turned into a tragic incident.
Also, Aniri, we understand that a political fight has ensued between the TDP and the YSRCP also over this. If you can take us through the reactions coming in from the YSRCP leaders on this stampede.
Well, Samiksha, definitely now the blame game has been put in place, where we see that YSRCP leaders have been hitting out at the TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu, because they have been saying that the roads here in Kandakur are very narrow, and it is very, very sad that all these things were not looked into, and that is one of the reasons why this incident has taken place, is what YSRCP leaders have to say. But also at the same time, we see that there were thousands of people who came in large number for the TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu's roadshow here in Kandakur, and leading to a stampede-like situation. There was an open drain, and many people are said to be fallen in that, and that led to this incident where 8 people lost their life.
All right, Aniri, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you. So that reaction coming in from TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu on the stampede which happened last evening, in which 8 people lost their lives. The security lapses currently being probed and looked into by the police. We do not really know the exact cause as to what really resulted in that stampede in the first place. For now, moving on to more news coming in from Kerala. All right, news break coming in relation to the raids, NI raids, which have been happening since early morning in Kerala. Sources now telling Republic that these NI raids are being carried out to stop regrouping efforts. This after being told that the PFI is attempting to circumvent ban stopped and mob-up operation there currently happening by the NI in Kerala. Sources even telling Republic that the raids are to ensure PFI does not reorganize itself. This, of course, after little over a month after the PFI was banned by the centre. So, sources telling Republic that there were inputs that the second round of PFI leadership was regrouping, and that there was an attempt being made to circumvent the ban on the organization imposed by the MHA in September. Today's raids are a mop-up operation to prevent any future resurfacing of PFI in other form. So remember, the PFI outfit was banned in September by the Ministry of Home Affairs, following which we're given to understand, sources telling Republic that the raids are being carried out to stop regrouping efforts by the PFI leaders. Ashwin joining us live for more on that. Ashwin, if you could throw more light on this, sources telling that there could be an attempt by the PFI leaders to regroup, an attempt to circumvent ban by the PFI leaders.
The NIA is doing its job by continuing its investigation based on the evidences that has been collected over the time. Ever since the ban that they implemented, the centre implemented the ban, at least 100 of the initial leaders of the Popular Front of India have been taken into custody, and the interrogation is going on different spots, including in Kochi, in Delhi, and various other places. Now, based on the interrogation, what has been done, certain more information need to be ascertained, and that is why today we see another set of raid that has happened in 56 locations across Kerala, where some of these second-tier members of the Popular Front of India, their homes have been raided, their devices have been taken into custody. Now, why this raid holds significance is the reason that once the ban has been put into place, the NIA also has to ensure that all the information with regard to the alleged nefarious activities of the Popular Front of India be collected on a timely basis. as they had submitted in the court documents, they say that some of the members of the Popular Front have been associated with accused in the proscribed terrorist organizations like the ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Number two, they also come out in the document which states that the Popular Front of India has even created a secret wing within the organization where they track and they track people who are outside of the community and also keep specific targets. They had a hit list also. Now all these put into question has all this when it comes into the ambit of the NIA, they have to look into the fund flow, the international connection, the Hawala inflow, as well as various organizations that are associated with it. So it is easy for an organization like the Popular Front of India to have an informal arrangement because they already have a network of people through various WhatsApp groups. Although today we spoke to one of the PFI members, he said all the WhatsApp group have been deactivated. They have to, it's easy for an organization like the Popular Front of India to regroup, especially at a time when you say that they already have a network of political, they have a political element also, like the SDPI is there, which cannot be banned at the moment because it's a political entity. And so all these are some of the difficulties which the NIA will have. At the same time, they have to ensure that the group does not regroup in any other manner. But saying that today 56 locations have been raided. 9 locations in Kannur, 7 locations in Kozhikode, 6 locations in Wayanad, 12 locations in suburbs of Kochi, 6 locations in Kottayam district, 3 locations in Kollam district, 3 locations in Thiruvananthapuram, the capital city, as well as over 5 locations in Pathanamthitta district. So huge raid is going on. What the outcome of the raid will be known when the NIA submits its document in front of the court based on the findings that they did as part of the raid.
All right, Ashwin, thank you so much for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you. So sources telling Republic that there could be an attempt to regroup by the PFI. This, of course, months after the MHA banned outfit PFI in a bid to crack down on terror activities. Slipping into a very short break for now, but do not go anywhere. We have a lot of news breaks coming up on the other side of this very short break. After Congress letter over Rahul Gandhi's security, CRPF rubbishes claims, says all arrangements in place remain. And sensational details emerge in Tunisha's death case. Family claims Shehzan deleted chats after breakup.
सोच रहा हूँ कमेंट्री ट्राई करूँ। मैच का आखिरी बॉल, तेज तूफानी डिलीवरी, एक धमाकेदार शॉट और ये गया छक्का।
छक्का नहीं, टूटा। आपके टाइल्स को चाहिए MY के लेटिक्रीट टाइल एडेसिव। फॉर्मूला ऐसा कि अब टाइल न टूटेगा न छूटेगा।
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए।
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, NPS में।
NPS में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
NPS कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना NPS अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से थोड़ा-थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। NPS में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
For how long will you continue being tensed about the future? Pension can free you from future's tension. With LIC's new Pension Plus, make your own pension plan because this plan creates market-linked wealth for your future. Moreover, this plan comes with guaranteed additions and also offers various options for receiving pension so that you grow young and tension-free. LIC, हर पल आपके साथ.
All right, more news break coming in. This one from J&K, where the security forces have launched search operations in the forest area of Sidra, the very same location where 4 terrorists were neutralized by the Jawans yesterday. In fact, those are the visuals right now coming in of 4 terrorists, beg your pardon, from that forest area where the forces have launched searches in the same location to nab the truck driver who escaped yesterday in the Sidra encounter. Gursimran, of course, joining us from that location. Gursimran, if you could give us more details, what you're getting from your sources about this truck driver, whose role here is a question to be answered. What is happening at this point? We understand sources there trying to nab that truck driver who escaped the spot yesterday.
Yes, Samiksha. Right now, we are in the forest area of Bajalta, where the searches have been launched by the Special Operations Group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, where the intensified searches are underway here in the forest area. And since this is one of the being intensified, thick cover of the foliage here, the security forces are ensuring that every nook and corner of this forest is searched thoroughly, because this is the area where there is a high possibility that the terrorist sympathizer who was driving the truck possibly escaped from that very area and could be hiding in this forest area, and that's why there are intensified searches that are being launched. They are ensuring that each and every inch of this very area is thoroughly searched, and only then this area is being given a clearance. Since this area is a forested area, one of the dense forests are here. That's why the Jammu and Kashmir Police and the other security forces are giving nothing a chance. Because you see, right now, if Sajeevan can show you that one can hide easily, taking the garb of these big bushes that have grown, and it becomes really very difficult for the